Alright guys, it was the middle of a very hot day.
It is warm.
I have my dear friend Amanda here with me. So
hey,
last time you were on my...
now.
Yeah.
Hey y'all.
The last time you were on my channel, it's been almost a year ago exactly, I think.
Yeah.
Now then, you hailed from California.
Yes, it did.
And your YouTube channel was called City Sewers.
Yes, it was.
And those two things are not true anymore.
They are not. We have moved and changed our name.
Yes, so Amanda and her family have relocated to Eastern Tennessee. And you can't be called City Sewers anymore.
No, because we're not in the city anymore.
So you went from, what, a fifth of an acre lot?
Yep,
Is that
like
right?
That. Mm-hmm.
To,
well, between our property and my parents bought the next door property, so we have about 54 acres now. Wow. That is like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do with it?
Jeremiah the other day, because he keeps up with you guys on Facebook, and he was like, they got heifers, like they got this, they got, he's telling me all these different things. And I said, well, you know, they've really been turning their waiting room into a classroom. I was like, it's not like when we first started, where we had no clue about anything. You've been managing goats.
Yes, I have.
Chickens, gardens.
Yeah.
You got some skills. Now it's time to use them, right?
Yeah, right now it's all animals. No gardens yet.
No gardens yet. So you're going to try to do a fall garden? You think you'll get into it next year?
Well, I got some pigs that are working on some spaces for me, so
cool.
I'm hoping to have a nice fall garden.
Awesome.
Hey, ladies.
So we got the girls over here in the barn. I've been sharing with you guys about how I was rehoming my goats. I have been piecing them into different families where they can be milked, where they can meet the needs of families and have a good mutual relationship. But there were a few that are very special to me. Now Miriam did go to a local family. Her and Anna went to a local family. And that's been really good. But these girls were some of my favorites, and they are going with our friends to Eastern Tennessee. It is a very bittersweet day for the last of my goats to leave my farm. I've had goats on my farm for 7 years. So yeah, it's a big change. Look at that cute little camera girl. Good job. And these goats, particularly, well really all four of them, they're special ones. You know, you get kind of bonds with animals, and they have been very much pets to me, as well as farm animals. But at this point, with having the cows and wanting to start rotational grazing and having the horses, it's not the best stewardship of our land to have goats that we're not milking and that we don't need. And they're great goats. They're good milkers. They're healthy. Let them go to somewhere where they can be valued, where they can be a benefit, and where they'll get a lot more hands-on care, because when they're being milked regularly and handled regularly, it's better for them. Nosy horses.
I was going to pull closer, and then they start walking over. It's like, nope. I will not hit one of my horses.
They're so nosy. They're like, did you bring me a friend? Are we going somewhere?
Oh, if you open the door, I'll go with you.
Look at these guys. They're like, hey. Hey, lady. Maya's having to shoo the horses on because they're being super nosy. Maya, I'm probably gonna cry, but I know it's for the best. Sometimes you do cry over things that you're okay with.
Yeah, whenever we get rid of baby goats, I always go.
Yeah. But you know it's what has to happen, and it's what's best. But it still hits you sometimes in the feels, right? Yeah. Oh, Ness, you good girl. Sweet Maya, are you sad at all, or are you just relieved? I guess I shouldn't ask you while you're chasing goats.
Relieved.
Hey,
come on, goat wrangler, get in here and start wrangling.
All right. I didn't know if it was better to be out of your way, or...
Y'all gonna have to help catch the little ones. They're too fast for me.
I'm gonna get you in a corner. You're not gonna like it.
she
Oh,
knows.
sweetness. Okay. I set my camera down to help, but Raphael kept trying to... Oh! Strong goat wrangler! I think he weighs more than you do, Amanda. Stronger than the others?
Yeah.
Oh, John boy.
Okay, you're going in with the other two. You'll be happy.
I like how Jeremiah like tries to rationalize with them. As if like, hey, just trust me. I know I'm
That's like
taking...
Caleb.
Yeah.
Caleb trying to gentle a chicken going, I'm your friend!
It probably wasn't the best time to ask you if you were relieved.
I'm so glad it's over.
I love that you wore this shirt.
That was appropriate.
Yeah, I think so.
Like that.
She's gonna bring them over to the shade and park the trailer in the shade so she can gather up the other child and then we can say our goodbyes with the goats not being too hot. You held your own. Alright, so tell my viewers where they can follow.
We are Welcome Grove Homestead now.
Yes.
Yes.
Settling down in East Tennessee. Beautiful. It's such a beautiful property. I'm so glad to know they're going to such a good place.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be much loved, aren't they, little lady?
Yes.
Oh, yes. She's very excited. She already gets to name one of the babies. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, next year or whenever they have babies again, I'm gonna help the baby be born and raise
Ooh.
it and
Yes.
blah blah blah.
She has asked for a Nubian baby of her own to raise. I told her, well, I'm not getting a Nubian buck, so you can have a mini Nubian.
Yeah, very cool. You're 1.5 dad tall there. Yeah, they're both real sleek with their summer coats.
She likes real hard scratches.
You want some scratchers, little Hopi? Oh, you're sweaty. It's the next day, next evening. Had a nice time visiting with Amanda yesterday and her kids. She didn't have her whole family here, but it was nice to see the ones that were able to come. And she's been sending me text messages all day of the Goatee girls settling in and telling me how they're doing, and I'm just so glad for that. So we just had a little mother's blessing for Maddie. Noah and Maddie are having a baby. She's actually due in less than 2 weeks, and so we were kind of fine on doing this, but a mother's blessing, it's kind of like a baby shower with less games and more praying and nice words, so it's kind of my jam right there. And I'm headed out to milk Hope right now. Oh, hey, Raph. You big boy. Getting so big and muddy. Oh, where are you going down there, brother? Hey, girl, let's milk. All right, so milking is actually kind of inconvenient at the moment. And I'll show you why. Cows are creatures of habit, which means they want to do the same thing every single time. And so you can see here, oh no, maybe she's getting the groove on the new plan. Oh guys, I haven't showed you this yet. So we actually got some barn kittens. We actually have some more barn kittens. I was looking for kittens for a while. Couldn't find any. And then our friends Jason and Robin at Big Bear Homestead have a couple that we're gonna go down and get. And then we also had another local family that had some that we got. So these kittens were born in a barn. Jason and Robin's, they've been handled, and these are being handled by the kids, like they're friendly to us, but they're not inside cats. Hey, see, she's kind of shy. Look at this drama happening. Sweetheart was looking like she was gonna spit. Hey ladies. Hey guys, editing Jess here, breaking in since I just showed you guys the alpacas. I actually could really use your help. I am gonna make a post about this also on our Facebook group, but if anybody is a shearer in the general area of the Midlands of South Carolina or knows somebody who does shearing, specifically a person who has experience working with alpacas, would be awesome. We had a shearer lined up to come and shear our alpacas that was supposed to be here a couple of weeks ago, and then very last minute messaged us and said they were not going to be traveling to South Carolina. So we have not done this ourselves before, and I don't want to hurt them. I would prefer to hire someone that has experience. If we cannot find somebody like ASAP, we're going to get some shears and give it a shot ourselves, just because it's getting very hot outside. But I figured I would try this because we have access to such an incredible community. Maybe somebody would have some resources. If you do have some information like that, just down in the comment section would be great, and I'll keep an eye on it to make sure that I can check it out. Okay, back to the vlog. So I always get asked about like outside cats, having cats for mousers. We just feed them out in the barn, but we do have mice out here. It's part of living in the country, and we vet ours and get them fixed so they don't have kittens. They'll do well at keeping the population down. This is Cherry. The kids named her Cherry. Oh, and there's Toast. Hey, Toast. The kids are naming the barn kittens, and they're sticking with a food theme. I think we're getting an orange one from Jason and Robin. And I think the kids are going to name it Butter. So that's a Toast thing. So here is why milking has been difficult. Because my stanchion's not in here. Because we got this concrete done. So this is really awesome. And Jeremiah had the little ingenuity to sink these posts. And he's basically rebuilding a stanchion directly in the barn floor. And here he got, this is somewhat textured, and this one is smooth in here. So this is going to be the milk room. Over on the other side is going to be the feed room. You can see what that's going to be framed in. And then milking out here. It'll be a lot cleaner. It's been very dusty. I mean, if you drop anything, it's in that clay dust. And by having this for the floor, we'll be able to just hose it off, and it's like got a really good texture for traction. But the girls are like, why are you mixing it up on me? So I'm super excited for all of that to be done, but it's definitely proving to be a little bit of an inconvenience this week. So as soon as he finishes that stanchion, I think he was letting the floor cure for a little while. I guess today's day 3. So then he's gonna finish that stanchion, and then we can put the cows back on it. So I left really early this morning to go into town to pick up the cake for the mother's blessing and some food stuff that I bought. I sat up at the top of the hill overlooking our property, and I had a little cry over the goats not being here, because for the first time in 7 years, really since I had much of a farm at all, for the first time I don't have goats. And definitely felt it. It was, you know, I mean, I'll miss seeing them out on the field, and that's okay. I get comments a lot from people being like, oh, but I'll miss them. You know, I'm really going to miss them. And I'm like, that's okay. Like, it's completely okay to miss things. It's completely okay to reminisce fondly about a past season. I do feel very confident that this was the right move for us in our farm. I feel very confident that it was the right move for the goats. And so I can have more than one emotion at the same time. I can be glad and relieved and thankful that they're at a good place, while also sad. So it's bittersweet. We're moving forward with our lovely bovine ladies. And this is the direction that we're gonna go in the future. My hope, I mean, I'll just tell you what my ideal hope is. I don't know if this is how it'll actually play out, but like when I think about what I want to do with my farm, I imagine when we have our learning center, we have our store downtown, raw milk's legal to sell in South Carolina, and I would love to go through getting the certification and having raw milk on a very small scale, but more for families. Right now we get 7 gallons of milk a day from these girls with the calf on Helen. That's so much milk, and we're able to share that with some friends and stuff now. I imagine, you know, if we're at the place we have a learning farm, and, you know, we obviously have different employees and interns, and it's a much larger thing. I mean, 7 or 8 cows in that kind of setting could provide food for so many families. And being that we have the capacity to do that and to build something like that, I feel like that's the direction that we need to go in. And right now I'm sure enjoying my 2 girls. All right. They're like, you're milking me in a different place and you're standing there talking to that camera. First, a break to look at this adorable kitten. Kitty. Hey guys, editing Jess. It's me again. I had a little technology snafu here at the end of this video, and so that's the end of the footage from milking. thank you for hanging out with me today. I will put my friend Amanda's channel down below so you guys can go check her out and watch Nestle and Clover and Mayhem and Maggie move forward and onto their next adventure where they're going to be loved and cared for. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. God bless you. Until next time.